really know. So I guess ultimately it's about someone who's bitter, a bit bitter and jealous, maybe even. I think at the time I wrote it, I was feeling a bit bitter and jealous. So it's a song about that. It's called Bitter.
Why don't you copy the word, and there'd be nothing left to plagiarise, except for yourself, which I'm sure you'd love. You self-indulgent weakness in my opaque eye. The wrath of ignorance pours through your pores, and as I tilt my head up to the skies, and I realise the stars are moored, you stand straight and true like an ancient Roman ruin, refusing to fall down. Oh, when will you cave in and drop me in the mighty sea of infinite debris, where my ugly body may decay and make me beautiful again? And I'll decree, as I'm such a bore, that 7 years in isolation, inept in conversation, will I talk out loud again, with a belief only a fool does harbour as he bumbles about his thoughtless daily opinions. Dream to wake the sleeper, take me down, take them down. At incomprehensible speed, you hit the ground. Dream to wake the sleeper, take me down, take them down. At incomprehensible speed, you hit the ground. Awake to the noise of your thoughts that won't let you be. Run again through your day. As inevitability creeps closer, you face it becomes funnier and funnier. See how the pen can cut like a knife straight to the heart, dissecting every indistinct part of your life. Oh, go down in history, become a vigilante or a poet or a prophet, still making tidy profits just to survive, of course, in this modern life that you love so much. One day will I be able to look back and say, it was worth it, it was worth it. I don't know, I hope so. But this is where I stand and this is where I play. What of the written word? I hear you ask, well it's still right here. It never really went away. It's just been slightly vitiated, broken on this brave new day. I've turned a corner, this time you see. What's that you say? You don't believe me. I've turned a corner, this time you see. What's that they're shouting? They'll never believe me. Believe me, oh believe me.
Very introspective.
Interesting and introspective and unusual, highly unusual song. Good Lord.
Good Lord, yes.
I love it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Stream of consciousness.
Yeah.
It is. That's what it is. Yeah, it's like
The best song, the best song Morrissey never wrote.
that's the one. Yeah, yeah. Indeed.
What is the opening line about plagiarism? I liked it.
It's I have sent the lyrics actually, but I sent them quite late. It's Why don't you copy the? It's just like this long ramble. It's really miserable. Why don't you copy the world, and there'd be nothing left to plagiarise except for yourself, which I'm sure you'd love. You self-indulgent weakness in my opaque eye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I started thinking of Donald Trump when those first few lines started coming out.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Gosh.
Yeah.
It's a stream of consciousness.
It is. It's quite vitriolic.
Look at it now. It's great.
Yeah. Cheers.
I like the way the way the tune reflects that, though. You know, the wanders around and it's going around the subject, chewing on it, and then you know, when will you cave in and drop me? It's sort of really interesting.
Yeah. But you felt better when you'd written that.
Finally, in this dreaming bit, you know, I really like that bit as well.
Yeah.
I think
hint of Leonard Cohen in there. I think, really.
Cheers. Yeah. Yeah. It's not without sort of self-awareness. You know that when I'm writing it, I realise that I'm probably in the wrong for feeling and thinking the way that I do. So that I like to think that is reflected a little bit in the lyrics. You know. But yeah.
Great.
Cheers.
I liked it. Did you say dreams to wake the sleeper, and then dreams to ache the sleeper? Is that what you say?
Just to wake the sleeper. Yeah, just to wake the sleeper. Yeah, I think I got the lyric. I kind of messed the lyrics up a little bit there, so it sounded a bit different. But yeah, it's just to wake the sleeper. It's like, you know, the sleeper, the sort of monster inside, or the person inside that's wanting to come out. You know, like to instead of being sort of bitter and jealous about other people's success that they think is dumbfounded, they should go and get it themselves. You know, it's that kind of thing.
Wallowing in introspection, I would say.
Yeah. Something like that. I don't know. But it's got some nice little lyrics in it. I mean, I remember when I wrote it, there's a bit about what is it? Oh God, I can't remember. It's hard when it's not, the tune's not on. I've got the lyrics here though. That's it. The wrath of ignorance abhors through your pores, and as I tilt my head up to the skies, I realise the stars are mud. I like that. I was really pleased with that. Like,
great lyrics.
Yeah. So there you go. Yeah. Well, it's great. I'm chuffed really, because it is one that I don't really do very often, and you know, it's just yeah.
An interesting thought about stars, you know, Andy. I remember reading somewhere Stephen Hawking, maybe, or somebody like that, and he was saying that every single atom that exists on our planet and that has ever existed on our planet comes from remote stars.
That's it.
And the stars are like factories for churning out atoms. And so all these atoms eventually settle, and everything that we are made of comes from stars.
Stardust.
Yeah, stardust, we are golden, indeed.
Yeah.
Journey there first, you know.
That's it. So even the mud, obviously, that's sort of a juxtaposition, isn't it? The muddy, the gutter, you know, I suppose. Yeah. Oh, cheers.
Wow.
Yeah, that's one I'd have to listen to numerous times, which is good. You know, each listen you're going to get something new.
Yeah, cheers. Yeah.
I'd like to listen to it again. The words were very seductive, and I feel I only picked up some of them. So you'll have to do it again sometime.
Yeah, no problem. I have sent the lyrics.
It's
the
inside
lyrics.
John has it already. John's got it there.
Inside my new mobile Apple iPhone.
Oh, wow. Welcome to the 21st century, John.
Yeah, it's the cheapest one they do.
Brilliant.
Did you buy a refurb or a new one?
Well, I got a new one.
Yeah.
And I got really cheesed off because a few days after I bought this new one, I saw an advert for a refurbished one at a much cheaper price. So that cheesed me off a bit, but still.
Yeah.
No, it was, it was okay, the price, but it is new. The salesman was very persuasive.
Mm. Have you used it much?
Oh, yes. I use it all the time. I'm like this all day long, Andy. All day long. I'm just like that.
That's what I'm like.
I know. Anyway, so Simon.
Right. Okay. Well, this is one that you guys have heard before. I think last time it was more of a guitar picking version. It's called Crazy Again.
Oh.
I've been toying around with it, trying to decide how to pitch it, because the theme is that somebody is back in love, which of course should mean that they're really full of passion and so on. But the version that you've got is midway between a more pensive version and the more lively one that I did today that was a bit distorted. But I've been listening to it, and I think it actually works, that you can have a love song where it's, instead of somebody belting out their emotions, they're actually talking more intimately to the lady in question. Anyway, that's my view on it. So see what you think.
Okay, here we go.
Just when I thought it was over and my heart was back in line, just when I thought I'd recovered and you were no longer on my mind, I'm back where I started. We're back where we began, never to be parted. You've gone and got me crazy again. At last I've learned the lesson, the one all lovers need to learn. Some ties are tightly bound, some bridges should never be burned. And it's more than a feeling, I need you more than a friend. You always leave my heart reeling. You've gone and got me crazy again. Back crazy about living, back dancing in the rain. I'm back in love with you. You've gone and got me crazy again. Just when I thought it was over and my heart was back in line, just when I thought I'd recovered and you were no longer on my mind, I'm back where I started. We're back where we began, never to be parted. You've gone and got me crazy again. Never to be parted. You've gone and got me crazy again.
I think it works really well.
Mm.
Nice, simple arrangement.
I do as well.
Yeah.
Nice song, Simon.
It's number one, that.
It's a lovely song, simply delivered, and I think it's good to do that sort of song in quite a restrained way. I think it has more impact than, projecting it.
Kind of intimate conversation in effect. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Because you're both having a conversation, and you're obviously, you're thinking, talking to yourself, aren't you? Oh heck, you've got me crazy again. It's sort of partly introspection and partly a conversation. It's lovely.
I love the bit. I mean, I think the song's a great song. The bit where it goes, I think it's probably a C down to an A minor. When you go, I'm back in love with you, and down to the A minor, I just think the combination of the lyrics combined with going to that minor just really works.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a run I use quite a lot. Yeah. Like a magician, I've only got a few tricks, and that's one of them. Yeah.
It's got a real country sound to it.
Yeah, it does, Simon. I liked it. I liked it when you started listing the things that you're crazy about. You said something about you got me crazy about living again. Did you say that?
Yeah.
And then you say I'm crazy about the rain or something like that?
Back dancing in the rain. So it conjures up the fact that when you're in love, you're kind of on cloud nine. And so that's the idea, that that bridge goes off onto the sorts of crazy things that this woman's having the effect on me of doing.
Yeah, because I think, was that the first time you speak about the things that you're crazy about in the song? The line about I'm crazy about living again.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
I thought that was really powerful, because when you hear the idea I'm crazy, you don't know if it's if it's a positive or a negative thing, or what is it, but then when you start to list what you're crazy about again, it really solidified the song for me.
Yeah, because it says crazy about living, so it means she's brought me back to life in effect, and then back dancing in the rain, which means back to euphoria.
Yeah,
I'm back in love with you. Oh, got me crazy again.
Of course, because John's done a version.
Yeah, because I think some of you will remember John did a keyboard version which he turned into a Western swing version of that, which I was really impressed with, blown away by that. But I can't do it like John does it, so I've stuck to my original time sequence, timing.
Yeah. Now, did you mention that you were influenced a little bit by Willie Nelson's Crazy song?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. That's where that song came from. I was just mucking about with the guitar, and I think Crazy was in the back of my mind, and that song just flowed. Yeah.
If you ever record it again, you could even just quote, either you could do it anywhere in the song or at the end, I'm crazy, just once. It would be kind of fun to, insert that into it.
Yeah, maybe have if somebody could do the accompaniment and kind of slide that into an instrumental in the middle, maybe, or something. Yeah.
Something real short.
Some musical nod to it. Yeah. I see where you're coming from, Billy.
That's a good word. Yeah. Yeah. I like that arrangement. It was really, it felt up and cheerful.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
It just shows you should muck about with songs, shouldn't you, and just try them different ways.
Definitely.
You'll have to get a little home studio, Simon, upgrade from Audacity. Because once you can start using MIDI, it opens up a lot of avenues,
Yeah, I think I need another singer, another musician, and another engineer. So that's me redundant. I'll make the tea.
Fair enough.
As long as I get credit on the record for doing so.
Right, Billy, you're up next.
Okay. Well, I don't know if I mentioned last time we were together, but I might have mentioned it to John, because I correspond with John occasionally. But I put out a record earlier this year called the Craig Demos, and it came out in after, like, in April, I guess, or not long after the pandemic kind of hit, you know. And but you know, I couldn't tour at all on this record. I haven't, you know, done any touring, and so I thought, okay, well, I'm gonna, you know, work on another record while this thing is going on. And I had read a biography, not a biography, well, yeah, I guess it was a Willie Dixon. Is everybody familiar with the songwriter Willie Dixon? He was a blues songwriter.
Little Red Rooster.
Yeah, yes, that's one of his songs. He wrote so many great songs. He was a real poet too, and he wrote a book called "I Am the Blues," and it really, really struck me. And so I thought, I'm going to write some bluesier things. I'm going to, you know, try to do that. It's not an easy thing, I think, you know, because, you know, when we listen to blues, and a lot of blues, you know, it comes from struggle and the early blues that we know of, that, you know, we heard it from, you know, a lot of the people who were living in the South of America, you know, and most of them were African American or African even, you know, and so sometimes when I'm at a concert or someplace and I hear a person doing like a Delta blues song, and it strikes me like, oh, there's something inauthentic about this, you know, because they're, you know, I mean, everyone has struggle, but for some reason you're not feeling that, you know, from them. And so this is something I even, you know, struggle with. That's funny. The idea of doing a blues song, but do I have the blues? So actually, there's a question. Do you all think that you have to have the blues to sing the blues?
No.
No.
Okay.
I think we've all got the blues.
We all have our own version of the blues, but clearly it's not the classic blues, you know, the sort of Black American population of the South of, you know, but we do have the blues, as in we feel blue. By the way, I haven't got anything from you, Billy. Have other people got the song?
No.
I'll send it to you now, Carla.
Oh, thank you.
And to me.
Has everyone else got it?
No, I haven't got it.
Oh, okay. Was I supposed to send it to you, all of you?
It's all right. We're getting there with it.
Oh, gosh.
Sorry.
I sent it. Yeah. Sorry about that.
Andy can send it out. It won't take a second. Yeah. I just wasn't sure whether I'd missed it somehow.
Now I know. I know I have to send it to everyone. Okay. I just sent it to Andy, I think.
That's an excusable mistake.
Yeah, we'll forgive you.
I'm like Simon. I should just make the tea.
Yes.
Oh, I don't want any competition, Billy.
No, it's an interesting question. You know, this idea of, you know, do you have to have the blues to sing the blues? But I like what Andy said. Everybody has the blues, you know. And so, but writing the lyrics is a bit tricky for me for the blues. And so this song that you're going to hear today, I wrote to my friend Jeffrey Himes, who is someone I've collaborated with over the years. And I told him that I was working on a record that was going to be more bluesy. And Jeff sent me this lyric, and he'd written it like 20 years ago. And I thought, this is perfect, because it's a song about somebody who, you know, the thing that they have the most trouble with is their heart. And, you know, when it comes to the heart, I can't get it together. And that's basically what the song is about. And it's called As the Crow Flies. And it also, when I was working on this, John, I love your crow song that you've written, Black Crow. I don't know if you all have heard John's song.
Yeah. What do you know? Sitting in the old oak tree.
No, I love that song, John. But this
I sang that song. It must have been about 5 years ago at a campsite down near Stonehenge, and it was pouring with rain for the entire week that we were there. And Annie and I were camping there, and I had my guitar, and we went under the shelter where the barbecue set was, and I took my guitar. Well, I sang that song, and a few days later, I heard several of them all singing that song. So I was really pleased. They were all sitting around their campfire singing that song.
Excellent. Yeah, I mean it's really a great song, and yeah,
it was probably the only one they'd listened to all week. So.
And the other thing that I was attempting in this was there's a blues singer named Mississippi John Hurt, who I really love. There's something about his demeanor was just so gentle. There was a real gentleness about him. And for this new record I'm working on, I'm trying to sing quieter, like not as loud, basically, singing softer. Have you all listened to any Mississippi John Hurt?
Oh yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Very much so, yeah. I know what you mean. It's a kind of very gentle country blues, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Yeah. So that was my attempt with this song, and it's called As the Crow Flies. Should we listen?
Let's do it.
Got it now. Thank you.
Okay. I'm going to listen too.
One, two, three.
As the crow flies, honey, I'm not so far away. As the crow flies, honey, I could get there in a day. As the heart breaks, baby, I can't seem to find my way. As the creek flows, baby, I'd float up to your door. As the creek flows, baby, I don't even need an oar. As the heart floods, honey, I'm on a distant shore. As the road runs, mama, I know that you are near. As the road runs, mama, the route is wide and clear. As the heart turns, darling, I can't get there from here. No, no, no. As the stone rolls, darling, I would not gather moss. as the stone rolls, darling, not a minute would be lost. As the heart stalls, mama, I just can't get across. As the road runs, mama, I know that you are near. As the road runs, mama, the route is wide and clear. As the heart turns, darling, I can't get there from here. As the crow flies, honey, I'm not so far away. As the crow flies, honey, I could get there in a day. As the heart breaks, baby, I can't seem to find my way.
I'm finally comfortable with the sound I'm getting. It takes time to find a good sound, and and then you get superstitious. Like if you change something, it's not going to be, So I haven't even been changing the levels on my preamps. I'm just leaving everything set for right now, and
Yeah.
And I made a video of that. I didn't know you could send in videos. I could have sent a video. That's one take, and I did it live. But John mentioned something earlier, or someone did, about how it takes you a while to be comfortable with a song. And this is one record I'm working on that I feel like I've had time to live with the songs before I recorded them. A lot of times when you're touring and you're trying to sell records, you're touring and then you write these songs, but you don't have time to work on them, and then you stop touring and then you record a record to go out again. You don't live with the songs very long, and so I really have enjoyed this time actually to spend with these songs, because it does take time to really to feel comfortable with them and to be able to to play them without looking at a lyric sheet, etc., and things like that.
Yeah, I really loved the lyrics, Billy. I loved them. I thought they were very hang on, I'm trying to find it now. The thing about the all that lovely verse about the river. And also I like it because it's a very gentle tune, but it is actually got a very sad, there's a sadness in it, but it's not like it's labored, oh, I'm so sad, so it's a very subtly approach, and I love that thing about the, as the crow flies, as the river.
Yeah, I like the line about about as my heart floods.
Yes, that was one I was trying to remember, Keith. For some reason, I've lost it on my screen, but I was really interested. It's nice to see your handwriting, Billy. Something very personal about the handwritten lyrics. We always type them out, laborious.
Oh yeah. I usually
nice to see them.
Okay, yeah, I like handwriting them. A lot of times. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
If you send a video, it's best to do it via WeTransfer or our machines that have, if it's anything over 10 megabytes.
Okay.
There's some of my lyrics.
Oh.
With that's the stain of baked beans.
Is that walnut oil ink or walnut ink that you've used?
It is not on that lyric, John, but yeah.
Oh.
Billy makes his own ink, out of walnuts.
Very good.
Thank you.
The old lyrics. This is my lyrics. Yes, probably can't see them, but there we go. No,
yeah, we can't see them.
No.
You can't see them. Oh, well, never mind. Yeah,
there you can. Yeah.
Lots of crossings out. Not as pretty as yours, though, Billy.
Oh, there they are.
But lots of crossings out.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah.
My lyric book, many in there.
You know what?
Beautiful song.
If you all wouldn't mind, maybe on the next one or one down the road, I'll invite this guy Jeffrey Himes to join our group. I think you'd really love Jeff. He is he's a music cultural historian and critic, and he makes his living with that. And he writes for Rolling Stone and Paste, and he writes for a lot of well-respected news industry magazines or whatever. And
I'll be bringing out the big guns that day.
Yeah, I looked him up. I looked him up a few months ago, and he's been in the writing about music business for 60 years or so, hasn't he? Really,
a long time. Yes.
A long time. Yeah.
Yep. We met in 1981, and he reviewed my first record. That's how we met.
Huh.
And but he loves talking about songwriting. I think I sent you all some writing that he had done about Guy Clark. I don't know if you all read all of that.
Did, yeah.
Yep. And he came this close to writing a song with Guy Clark. They were just getting ready to start writing something, and then I think Guy Clark got pulled away or something, and then he never got to write with him. But anyway, yeah. And I liked the lyric because, you know, it was very focused, you know, meaning the idea of this person going up the creek trying to get to her, you know, and he speaks about the different things that he has to do to get there. But when it comes to the heart, he can't cross the creek, you know, he can't, you know.
It's an atypical blues lyric because it's like a man's confession to having problems with the heart, right? It's really a cool lyric. It's not about you know, the usual blues themes.
Okay, yeah, right.
Love and drunkenness and stuff like that. It's a pretty deep lyric.
Yeah. Yep. We wrote another song that's similar to this lyric called "When Love Goes So Right." And it was about the same thing, about a person who, when love goes right, I stammer and I trip, and because I'm not used to love going right. So
cool.
Yeah. Well, thanks for listening to that. Yeah.
Good one. Very good song.
And the singing, like you say, the singing very subtle, wasn't it? You know, gentle.
Gentle.
Nice. Really nice.
Yeah. Thank you.
The voice is an instrument, isn't it? When it's used well.
Yep.
Right, Sean, you're up.
Oh, well, this is a humbling experience to come after such musicianship and such production skills and such vocal accomplishment. And I actually thought about this song before I did it. I thought what this really needs is for somebody like Keith or Andy or somebody else to do a musical a track, a guitar track, and maybe a vocal track. So I felt really uncomfortable doing it myself, but I did it myself with the tenor guitar, ukulele, harmonica, and my croaky voice this morning. It took about 100 takes. It's a Christmas song. It's probably the only Christmas song I've ever written. I wrote it about 4 or 5 years ago, but I never did anything with it. And one guy collaborated with me and did a version. And then when I moved here to the building I'm in, there's a guy who's learning to play the piano, a neighbor of mine. So we got together and he came up with the melody on the piano. This was before last Christmas, but we missed last Christmas. And then because of COVID, we haven't been able to get together since to finish it off. But he sent me his latest musical score for it. And this is my own version of his version. So it's called What's Your Wish for Christmas Time? And I sent a YouTube and the actual video, but see which one plays for you in the email. Alrighty, and if anybody is interested in doing a good track, instrumental or vocal, please go ahead.
Great.
Have a listen.
Okay. Cheers.
What's your wish this Christmas time? Something that sparkles or something that shines? Maybe a blanket of snow to make this world silent and slow. When I stop and think of you, I smile. I remember another December when we were together for a while. What's your wish this Christmas time? A place by a fire, cozy and warm, safe from the swirling storm, to say to those near, you're glad that they're here. When I stop and think of you, I smile. I remember another December when we were together for a while. What's your wish this Christmas time? A time to hope that things will change, or hope that they'll stay the same. A time to remember other Decembers. When I stop and think of you, I smile. I remember another December when we were together for a while. What's your wish this Christmas time? A time to look at what we've got and think it's enough.
Nice.
It's beautiful.
Beautiful song, yeah.
Relaxed.
What a song.
Well, it could sound much better if one of you guys did it.
Oh, it's great.
I love your version of it, Sean. I think it's
So do I.
and I think you sound fantastic singing that lyric.
I wish I felt the same.
Oh, it's fantastic.
I thought that was lovely too. Well done.
Thank you.
Lovely and gentle, and again, so understated is perhaps not quite the right word, but it's not forced, and it's got interesting sentiments, but it's quite hard to write a Christmas song that's not too sickly. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I really like the fact that it was sincere, but not like sugary, sickly. And I always love the way you sing them. They're very Sean.
It's about the interpretation, isn't it? Really, as much as anything.
Yeah.
I mean, actually, I love the quality, the tone of your voice. I think is great. I always like that. It's sort of, it's like a sort of a warm blanket, isn't it? Wraps around.
Yeah, it's like a lullaby, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was lullaby-ish feeling.
I love the chords as well. The chords were fantastic.
Yeah, I love that D7 when it went to the D7.
Yeah.
The minor. I really liked it. Just sort of opened it up, opened the melody up.
Good. Well, thank you very much.
Did oh sorry, go on, Billy. After you.
I really liked how you asked the question, and then throughout the song you're listing these these possibilities of what someone or this person would want, but then you did like this Randy Newman kind of thing at the end, where the last thing that you say is it was unexpected. In other words, about not needing anything but having enough or something. Isn't that what you said?
Yeah. Well,
I thought that was so brilliant because that part was a bit of a departure from the rest of the song.
Yeah.
For me.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Really quality stuff. Quality stuff. When did you write it? Sorry, you did say, how long ago did you write it again, Sean?
Maybe 3 years ago. And I'd forgotten all about it. And this fellow I collaborate with just posted it again on a site. So I remembered it this year or last year.
Can hear it with a bit of piano, mind.
Yeah.
Actually, I love the harmonica on it. I thought that suited the song really well.
Yeah. You can tell it's a harmonica. I wasn't sure if it sounded like a harmonica.
Yeah.
Good.
Probably the best song I'll hear this Christmas, I reckon. Best Christmas song. Certainly better than most of the trash you hear, isn't it?
You know who I'd love to hear sing your song, Sean, would be Kermit the Frog.
Really?
Yeah.
Singing it to Miss Piggy.
Yeah.
Sat on the steps.
That's a funny image.
Yeah. I think it needs to be recorded and released for next Christmas, and it'll be number one.
Yeah.
Maybe we can work on it, improve it.
I'd love to. Hopefully, in the next 6 months or so, when things get back to normal, my plan is to do less work and more music. That's my plan, and I think that we should do that more, as much as we can, really. So yeah.
Good.
When you say more music, Andy, do you mean more playing to big concerts? Or
No, not
recording?
songwriting, collaborations, recording, whatever. Yeah, just doing lots of different music projects, really.
Yeah. See, I always think there's a sharp separation between writing a song and performing it. You can be a really poor performer, and yet you can think of and construct a potentially good song, but it never goes. It never gets to the public unless you happen to be quite a good performer. At least that's just what I think. It's difficult to get a good song across to the public without being already well known, I think.
A good exception to that is Harry Nilsson. The guy never performed, but he was a masterful songwriter.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
There's
Nilsson.
Harry Nilsson,
I can't live without you.
Yep, he's written dozens and dozens of masterpieces, but he never performed.
Right.
But ironically, he didn't write "I Can't Live Without You." He actually didn't write that one.
Oh.
Yeah. But he was a brilliant artist, and yeah.
Yeah,
but
he was a good performer, even though he may not have performed live. But there's no doubt he had a terrific voice.
Yep.
Yeah. Did you all ever see The Point?
Yep.
Brilliant animation.
Mm-hmm.
Harry Nilsson.
Yeah, Ringo Starr was involved in producing that, wasn't he, or doing something with it? Yeah.
I don't remember, but what's your wish for Christmas? Really nice.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
Good.
Yeah, thanks, Sean. All right, we've got Caroline to finish.
Right.
Closing the Christmas show. If I'd have thought about it, I'd have had Sean closing the Christmas show, but I didn't put too much thought into it.
Yeah, he should really have finished off. So this is for something so different it's not true. just to say, I am still writing and working on new songs, but my technology is just not functioning. So this is something from the archives. I think I told you all that back in the 1970s, me and some other women formed a feminist band. Except it wasn't called feminist then; it was a women's liberation band called the Stepney Sisters. And there's if you go to the email, it's an email link that I've sent, a link in an email. You'll see a photo of us then. And 10 years ago, we decided we would record the songs because we never recorded them back in the 70s. And this was one of them. But this is the complete opposite to everything we've heard. This is incredibly strident and but you know, there's room for all sorts.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So this is called Sisters, penned by moi. You see, it is of its time. I listened to it actually, and I thought, wow, actually, as a production, you know, we went into the studio, the guitar and the sax. I really like it. I kind of liked its full onness. So anyway, see what you think.
Looking forward to
you need to find my email and go to the link, basically.
Yeah. Right. Cheers. Yeah. Here we go.
Okay.
And be counted 1, 2, 3. Sisters, walk hand in hand. Together we'll be free. Sisters, fight for your rights out of the darkness and the fear. Sisters, triumph your strength. With love you'll find the light is near. Oh, you women, beaten and been robbed, lost your self-respect, ruled by petty gods of jealousy and vanity, hatred of each other, keeping your true natures hidden under cover of stereotypes of dollies and cheap
absolutely brilliant.
Lovely
Real
song.
disco song. Brilliant.
Your rose, you make them.
Song, that one.
Ah,
Got the party started.
wow.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
You've
Great
had
song.
that. You've had that recorded all this
That was a
time we've
cracker.
known you. You've never shown us.
Wow.
Which one were you? Were you playing the drums in there,
I
Caroline?
didn't know we'd got it actually. I'd forgotten that we'd well, it's because it's on this other site, you see. We did all these tracks. We did 8 tracks. And I mean they're all good, but that one is one of mine that I've written, so that's why I brought it to here. Yeah, I'll bring some others sometime. I mean they all have something about them, but that one is very I kind of like the funkiness of that. We used to, you know, do it. It was one of the last. It was one that we would finish the sets with it, and everyone would be dancing. And it, yeah, I mean, my background was all in bands. You know, I was always in bands, and it's new for me to be in a solo or a duo capacity. I was always in a band, and I used to, you know, find that.
What were you
that's where
playing
I'm
on that? Were
really
you playing the keyboard?
Yeah, I was playing the keyboard.
You were
And
singing it as well, were you?
I was singing it, playing the keyboards, and did the arrangement.
I loved the part where you say, find your sister, and then do you say Nita and then Rita?
Meet her.
Oh, meet her. Yeah, yeah.
Find your sister, meet her. Find your sister, greet her.
Greet
Find
her.
your
Okay.
sister, look her in the eye. Know that womanhood is strong.
Yeah.
Woo! Yeah.
I love the music to that too, that part, you know.
Yeah. It's meant to lift, you know.
Yeah.
Really lift it. Yeah.
You could have been
After
one
all
of the
road
Spice Girls. It's just like them, I think. Not that they
Yeah,
ever
they're the
really
Spice
listened to it.
Girls.
Yes.
Without the costumes, I think.
Caroline, you'd be talented, Spice.
Oh, bless you.
That's good. Caroline, have you ever heard of an organization called Taxi?
No.
Okay. Has anyone heard of Taxi?
Nope.
Oh, okay. Taxi is a what would you call it? They're like a liaison between creators and advertisers and people who need music. And when I was listening to your song, I thought this recording would be something perfect that Taxi would like to have, because a lot of times Taxi is looking for recordings that sound like they're from an era, but that they're not known songs.
Well, this one
Behind
is
that-
definitely
behind
not
that
known. Well, it hasn't been heard, but it's
Right.
the mid-1970s.
It might not be known, but the feel and the sound and just the whole thing, there is a familiarity to people, though they don't know the song. You know what I mean?
Oh.
And like I'm sorry, this is what came to my mind. I'm always thinking of how do you monetize things? You know,
Absolutely. I'm all for monetization.
yeah. And Taxi would be like, I remember seeing in their requests, they put out feelers like what they're looking for. And I remember a lot of times seeing them say, looking for a 70s, you know, funky, groovy, you know, they mention a genre, and then, you know, you submit songs to them, and then, you know, if they find a match, then bravo, you know. And there are look them up. They're called Taxi.
I've just WhatsApped it to everyone. Actually, I've just had a look and and I've WhatsApped it. So yeah, great, yeah.
I have visions of John Travolta pouncing around in a white suit, you know, with
Well,
flares.
it was the era. It was actually just pre-disco. It was coming out of the soul era. You know, all our background was playing in soul bands. That was where we
Super.
started as girl singers, banging the old tambourine. And actually, on the photograph, you'll see I've still got a tambourine. So we were coming out of soul and funk groups, and
Wow.
I tell you, it was quite hard to learn them all. We worked our butts off trying to learn how to play the bloody instruments because we were just tapping the tambourines and, well, not just, but you know, we were singing, doing all the vocals.
That was really, really good.
But yeah, it was. Oh, I'm really glad you. It was nice to see you all grooving along. Actually,
Yeah.
when I looked at the screen, it was like.
Very
I'm
good.
glad you like it. I thought it might be a little too much.
It was brilliant. It was absolutely
Too
brilliant.
Too much ain't enough.
Hey, yeah, okay. Too much ain't enough. Well, thank you. It was a lot of fun to record, and it was nice to go into a studio and record it. Have some proper engineer. We did 8 songs in 2 days.
Nice.
Where was that?
Mind you, that was in the Blue Barn, which is run by Barbara, who did the singing on the Black song and recorded it there. Now we did 2 days, and then we went back and did 2 days vocals and mixing.
And what year was it recorded?
That was recorded 10 years ago.
Just 10 years ago.
But it was written. Sorry, Billy, perhaps you missed this. It was written in 1975.
Okay.
But we decided to go into the studio to record them because we'd never recorded them back then because, you know, the recording equipment was not available then. There were no Porter studios, you know, it just, we didn't have, we did a couple of radio stuff, but, you know, we didn't have proper recordings of them. And one of the bands said, look, let's do it. Let's actually make a record of this. So it's just about to all go up on Spotify. In fact, we've just been signed to a very small label so it can all go up on Spotify, which is quite nice.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Congratulations. That's fantastic.
And now, I can't believe it.
And now we know your SoundCloud, right? That was on SoundCloud?
Now that is on something that's not my SoundCloud. That is on the Feminist Music Archive, which was put together again about a decade ago by some women who felt that there was a huge mass of music by women from that era, not all from the 70s, 80s, which had never been collected or recorded, you know, which is just going to disappear. And that it is actually of, quite apart from the fact the music is good, you know, it's of historical, it's valuable material for social historians, etc. So they collected it all, and that's Sisters is the one of the Stepney Sisters they put on there.
Okay, nice.
I suppose because it is a feminist. Well, as I say, we wouldn't have called it feminist, but it was women's liberation song.
Yeah, really nice track.
Thank you. Glad you enjoy it.
Fantastic. Well, I think we'll all agree that it's been another successful songwriter session.
Yeah.
I was listening to one all-female group, the Bangles, Walk Like an Egyptian.
Oh yeah.
The other day, I couldn't stop listening to it. It's such a great song.
Yeah.
Fascinating song, that I thought. But I remember that all female. I hadn't realised that when it came out.
They started off the Bangles doing a lot more playing and singing because there are a few of them who sang extremely well, and they're all good musicians. But then they got a bit more, produced, a bit more commercially produced as time went on.
Yeah,
but they were all, again, very good musicians.
Was it the Bangles who did Eternal Flame?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's right, yeah.
Yes.
And Manic Monday, which was written by Prince.
I like Manic Monday. They did Leaving Liverpool. They did a really nice earlier song.
Yeah, yeah. And they did a cover of a Simon and Garfunkel track as well. But yeah.
Shade of Winter.
That was it. Yeah. Susanna Hoffs, she was the lead singer.
Okay.
When I was a kid, I had a crush on her.
Oh.
Yeah. There you go. So I guess.
Oh yes, next date. What do you reckon?
Be, I don't know.
We set it now.
New Year, yeah. So what are we on now?
Because we're heading up for old Crimble, aren't we? 2 weeks' time.
So we could either do the 3rd of January or the 10th. The 3rd is in 3 weeks. So we'd have a 2-week hiatus.
It's just
Third's-
whether people, are going to have visitors or things because it's
Yeah.
the bank, it's the New
Shall
Year
we,
day.
shall we say the 10th then?
I can do the 3rd. I'm just wondering what other
I can do the 3rd too.
I don't know yet. I might, but I might be away. I'm not sure.
I can do any day. I never go away or do anything.
I don't mind. So 3rd or 10th. What about you, Keith? Are you-
I'm easy. Don't mind. I mean, it doesn't matter if we go away, really, because we're not.
Oh, that's true.
We can do it from anywhere, can't we?
True.
Well, should we
Billy?
do 3rd while we're all sort of, G'd up for the New Year?
Yeah.
Either
Okay.
either is fine with me. Yeah.
Okay.
3rd. Okay.
Oh,
great.
well, why don't we say the 3rd? And if you can't make it, Simon, we'll do the 10th.
Well, no. Well, let's stick with the 3rd because it keeps the momentum going as well.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Sound.
Great.
Well, lovely.
Whew.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
Merry everything. Merry
Yeah.
solstice.
Merry
Very
solstice.
good session. Very good indeed.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely.
Wonderful.
Definitely.
I'm so glad to see all of you.
Nice to see
Yeah.
you too.
Yeah, you too, Billy. Yeah.
Yeah, thanks for dropping in, Billy. It's lovely to see you.
So welcome. I enjoyed it.
Good.
Yeah.
Watch out for those copperhead snakes now.
Copperheads, yes.
Yeah,
Oh,
but Billy, sorry,
What?
Billy, before we go, that image is still in my head of the guy riding his motor mower with a sidearm. There's got to be a motor mower cowboy song somewhere to write. isn't there?
Yay, there does. You're
Abs-
right.
Yeah. I'll try to snap a photo of him someday, so you can see it.
John Wayne, eat your heart out.
Well, you should call it lawn dogs. That's
Oh,
that's the name of someone who mows lawns, isn't it? A lawn dog.
That's good.
Yeah.
There's a movie. There's a movie about a guy who visits his brother, who's Harry Dean Stanton, and he drives 100 or so miles on a lawnmower because he's
Yeah,
lost
That's right.
he's lost his
What a
license.
great film.
I
Yeah.
saw that film. Yes.
Great film.
Oh, that was good.
Good film. Yeah.
I can't remember the title.
Me
It's
either.
called The Straight Story.
Yeah. The straight.
The
Straight
st- that's right, straight story.
Yeah.
Farnsworth.
fab.
Harry Dean Stanton was the brother. Yeah.
Yeah, he's the
Sydney
one he
Space-
visited.
Yeah,
Oh,
excellent.
that's right.
Beautiful story.
Great. Well,
Okay.
I wish everyone